I think if I knew what that secret was, it would be a lot easier. I just have a compartment. Where's the secret? Pull it out and do it. That would be easy. I think it's for me. Again, everybody's different. Their process is different. But for me, I need to be very, very clear with whoever person that in charge is, usually the director, let's just say, and or producer, whoever that is. I need to be very clear as to what they think the music needs to do. Uh, then we can get more specific, but what is their vision for the entire project? To me, that's very, very important because some people might just say, "Yeah, I just need it to be atmospheric, or I just need this, or it can be a lot of things, but I don't work that way. I have to be very specific about the characters, what the intent of everything is. So to me, it's like a big puzzle. So the film is, say, in 100 pieces, and I have to put this puzzle together so that it all makes sense in my mind before I even get going, before I write a note. I have to understand it all. But then my creative process can actually start. But I have to have a very clear understanding of what their vision is, and to see if it coincides with mine and what I'm saying. And so that the process that I have to get going. And once that's done, I take these all those pieces of the puzzle, and then whatever I am doing musically, if it fits into that puzzle, it'll work. But if it deviates, maybe I'm in trouble then. That's where you eat up a lot of time. If you're second guessing, put it this way, if you're second guessing what you're doing creatively, then you're in trouble. But if you're clear intellectually, then for me, that's where my creative process starts. People ask me a lot because it's such an iconic theme with the movies, almost cannot separate them. The My process with that, again, after what I just described as far as the overall process, was okay, what is it? What are the ingredients? Puppet Master, the first couple of the movies, especially the first. What's important about it, and what needs to be projected for the audience in the theme specifically, the main theme. Well, one, the period is during the Nazis, so we know the period of time. Two, the location, obviously, Europe is the whole location. So we have the location and the Nazis. What was the kind of music that the Germans and Austrians during that period of time? What are they most famous for? Is the waltzes, right? So a waltz was immediately identifiable to Germans, Austrians, and all of that. So I thought that the theme had to have a waltz. The other ingredient that I thought was extremely important is behind that waltz. The theme had to have sadness and a tragic quality to it. That was ingredient number two. That was born out of the fact that in Puppet Master, the puppets are actually victims. Toulon saved these people from the Nazis, right? And they put their soul basically in the puppets to save them, and then, in the chest and all of this. So you've got the waltz, you've got the sadness and tragic part of the theme, right? And then the middle part of the main theme is the circus-like nature. But the puppets, I always regard it as lost souls doing, yeah, surviving, and the killing they're doing is like, vengeance against Nazis and against all these. So that's the process that, as one example that went on in my mind and how to create the theme. There was one or two little parts of, and I don't remember the film right now, where I probably have some Jerry Goldsmith influence coming out because I was a huge fan of Jerry. So there might be a few things, Goldsmith-ish, right, that are incorporated into some scores. I can't think, other than that, I mean, the Re-Animator is obviously it's the biggest example, and what's crazy about Re-Animator is that, and I don't know if that story it been around here, but it's been around for years, was the irony is funny that when the film came out, in the end titles, there was supposed to be something that I'd written specifically, which was, "With sincere acknowledgement and humble apologies to Bernard Herrmann." That was supposed to be a credit written in the end titles for my acknowledging that my homage and joke and all of that for that. And they screwed up and left it off. Thus, the controversy started, right? But that was always designed to be in the end titles, and so they screwed it up. Subsequently, when the out came out at the CDs, I put it in there, but, that was a year or 2 after the film, came out. Uh, when I recorded Re-Animator, I went way over budget, and it came out of my own pocket, and back then, when you were shooting end title sequences, it cost a lot of money. It's not like today, you can do it easily and very cheaply. Back then, it would have been like, $7, $8,000 to reshoot the end titles, right? And I already had gone into my pocket $15,000 for the recording. I didn't have the money at the time, right? So it got left out. That's why the controversy started. What are you gonna do?